Today we're in the biggest snow festival in Japan with a bunch of tourists, and it's the perfect opportunity to ask them what is their budget for this trip. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
We're tired.
You're tired? Are you cold?
Well, we have many layers, so I think I'm feeling toasty actually.
Yeah, we got the gloves.
I see. Where are you guys from?
We're coming from Hong Kong, but originally he's from Scotland, I'm from Colombia.
How long is your travel here in Japan?
10 days.
10 days.
Main question is, what is your budget for 10 days?
Who knows? She booked it. She doesn't. I'm not allowed to know.
Well, look, coming to Japan and Sapporo, especially during Lunar New Year, is very expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on the things you want to do. So if you book a nice hotel with the onsen and everything, the budget goes higher.
And
right?
did you do that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yes.
know.
He doesn't
like-
want
she
to
like
know,
go
so I
away
wouldn't. Yeah.
Don't tell me when this is going to happen.
So it was quite a high budget. That's what.
Yes, but I've come to Japan before for a week, let's say, and I would say that on a regular budget without like a budget to enjoy doing all the activities and attractions and all of that, and trains and moving around and all of that, $1,000. Staying in places like at dorms, $1,000 per week was what I US, yes.
Right.
So that would be
150
like
a
a
day.
general budget for a week, staying in a cheap hotel, but doing all the activities and eating well. Not street food all the time, but decent food, go to a nice ramen place, go to a nice sushi place, not very pricey, but nice and decent and yeah.
For 1
Budget
week.
friendly, I would say, yes.
What about flight included? How much?
Well, that is
would-
very relative, to be
Depends where
honest.
you're coming from.
Yes, it is very relative because sometimes, in my last trip, I've met a couple who was flying from Canada and their flight was $500 return. And it was surprising because coming from Hong Kong, even though it's only 4 hours, it was actually very similar to that price.
Really, that's crazy.
Yes.
500 from Canada to here.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Of course, it was a good
If
deal
you're
or
not
something.
flying in a popular day, you're not
Yeah.
flying in school holidays.
Lunar New Year wasn't
now
a
it's
big thing in
expensive.
Canada, So it's all very relative. It depends on where you're coming from.
Well, thank you guys very much. I appreciate that.
That's all right. I'm
Absolutely.
glad I
Have
did
a-
find out the budget for this holiday.
Have a good day.
Thank
Take
you.
care, man.
Okay.
Hopefully it was not too expensive. How's it going, my friend?
Good, it's going good.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
No, well, no wonder. You're way,
Yeah.
you're way taller than me. Are you traveling here?
Yes, I'm traveling to Hokkaido now, but I study in Sendai for half a year.
So when did you arrive?
In Japan?
Yeah.
September last year. So this is the final month of my trip here.
Would you come back?
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For maybe living here or traveling?
Ooh, living here may be difficult because the work environment sounds so harsh. But travel definitely will come back.
If you're gonna come back here for a travel, what would be your budget? And for
Right.
how long would you come here? Flight included.
Flight included. Okay,
Yeah.
flight is expensive. Maybe my budget would be, if I stay 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe 2,000 euros.
I see. Would you go for a hostel, a hotel, like fancy food or convenient food?
I think the food in Japan is very cheap. So I would go for the normal price, 500 yen lunch, and not super expensive.
I see.
Okay, and maybe a hostel is fine by me, or hotel, or even the bunker beds, the capsule hotels. I use it. It's okay. It's pretty good.
Where are you guys from?
Texas. We're on vacation.
How long is your stay?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Where have you been so far?
We've been to a bunch of places. So this is one of the stops. Sapporo was one of our stops on here. We went to Shibuya.
We went to
What else did
Harajuku. We went to a lot of
Harajuku.
places like around the Tokyo
Yeah,
area.
around Tokyo mainly.
And so we got up here to Hokkaido yesterday night.
What is your budget for this trip? Plus the flight.
Probably like around 3,000
Yeah.
USD.
For the both of you?
Probably each.
So do you guys stay in hotels or hostels, and What about the food? Do you guys like eat convenient food, or are you going out kind of like fancy, or?
Kind of a combination as far as the food. So like if we just want like a little like something for breakfast or like a snack, like we stop at the Combini. But we have been going like out to like various places that we just see on the street. And then like for the lodging, we've been in Airbnb like in Tokyo, but up here we're in a hotel, but it's actually a fairly large hotel room. I was surprised, and so it kind of feels more like an Airbnb.
Where are you from?
From Scotland.
From Scotland?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Like an hour from Glasgow. I'm staying though in Hokkaido for 6 months. I'm ski instructing here.
Oh, I see. So working holiday or?
Yeah.
In Niseko?
Yeah, in Niseko.
Ah.
Niseko Village.
Is it the best place for skiing in Japan?
Oh, 100%. The powder is like no other. It's so good.
If you would come here to travel, for how long would you come back here?
Oh, I would definitely travel for at least a couple of months. There's so much here to explore as well.
What would be your budget if you would come here on a tourist visa plus the flight from Scotland?
Plus the flight, okay. Well, the flight alone is already like £700 at least, because it's free flights. But for a couple of months, I would at least say like maybe like £2,000. I would say is like good because you need to book your hostels and like your accommodation as well.
So you would definitely go for hostels and not like hotels or...
I like the vibe of hostels 100%. Like you get to meet so many other different people as well.
Yeah, young people enjoying
Yeah,
life.
Exactly.
What about the food? Whenever, I don't know why, whenever I'm thinking of a person that stays in a hostel, I'm thinking of mostly convenient food. Would you go?
Yeah,
would you go for
okay,
that
yeah.
or?
I think I eat a lot of fast food, which is probably quite bad. But I still try to like cook stuff at hostels because normally you have like a kitchen area as well. So like you can always grab stuff from 7-Eleven
Yeah.
and then cook in the hostel. But it's good to like treat yourself as well, like going out to restaurants.
How do you enjoy the festival so far?
It's really, really good. First time ever seeing snow because I'm originally from Jamaica. Born in Florida, but originally from Jamaica.
Are you not like super freezing right now?
It's really cold, but I actually live in Gifu, Japan.
Since when?
It's been about 6 months now, so I've been teaching English here.
Did you visit Japan before?
No.
First time?
Yeah.
If you would come here for a trip, what would be your budget?
If it's a month's trip, I would say...
How long would you come back here for?
For me, I love Japan, so I would come back for at least 6 months if an opportunity. But if I were to do like a regular 2-week or a month trip, I would say about 3,000, 4,000.
Included the flight?
Included the flight, I would say about 5,000.
US dollars?
USD. It depends.
Would you stay in hotels, Airbnb, or like hostels?
I really like hotels, so I think that's the reason why my budget's really high. I like the hotels, especially with the different types of breakfast and different amenities that comes with it.
What about the food? Would you go, kind of fancy or regular in between or convenient food?
I'm a little bit of all, so that's why my budget kind of scatters. I could eat off of convenient food for about half the time.
Yeah.
So it's not that really bad for me, but I know I would like high fancy dinners from time to time.
Well, thank you very much. I
No problem,
appreciate that. By the way, I fucking love your style and
thank you,
your missus.
Yes.
You guys look so cool.
Thank you.
I look like a fucking homeless guy. Hopefully this video helped you to understand more or less what should be your budget for this trip to Japan. I just wanted to add a few things. When it comes to the food, don't go to conveni. Unless it's in the morning, you can grab a sandwich or just a little yogurt. But the food is very affordable. You can go to some restaurants and it's gonna be between 500 to 1,000 yen, which is very good in my opinion when you go out. When it comes to accommodation, you can find places between 3,000 yen and 15,000 yen per night, which is pretty affordable. It all depends on where you're gonna stay. Hotel, hostel, Airbnb. And of course you have those fancy places that can go up to 50,000 yen, 100,000 yen per night, like ryokan or some super fancy hotel. Another thing that I noticed, the transportation in Japan is not the cheapest, so keep that in mind. And I'm curious, if you've already been to Japan, Where did you come from and how much money did you spend and for how long did you stay? Might help some people. And if you've never been to Japan, how much are you planning to spend? So comment down below, I appreciate that. Subscribe, helps a lot.